Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Start off with the big story that we've been tracking today. The 7-year wait ends as the Patiala court has acquitted all accused in the 2G scam case, including A. Raja as well as Kanimoi. Ashpreet Sethi joins in with all of the details. She's been tracking all of this from the court itself. Ashpreet, over to you.
Well, these are 6-year-long cases which finally the verdict has been given on. In fact, the 2G special judge or the 2G special court which has been hearing the case, Justice O.P. Saini, for so many years has finally said that CBI miserably failed to give any documents or concrete evidence as far as proving all the acquisitions, allegations of conspiracy, abusing of power as far as the 2G spectrum scam is concerned, which means there's a clean sheet for A. Raja, who's the former telecom minister, Kanimoi, who's the DMK MP, and all those guys who were involved, which includes Swan Telecom, SR, and all the others as well. Now, there's a clean, remember the 2G verdict has come on 3 cases. The 2 cases involve CBI charge sheet, which were filed as far as 2G spectrum allocation is concerned, where they said that loss to exchequer is about 30,000 odd crores. The second clean sheet has come on the Enforcement Directorate's charge sheet, where they have said that there are PMLA contraventions, act of deliberate contraventions there of about 200 crore transfer between A. Raja and, of course, Telangana TV. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next, because the CBI has not given any statement yet as to whether they will go and approach the Supreme Court against this very order.
Well, we also got some big voices to comment on what they make of this big verdict. Let's hear out what they had to say.
The allegation of a major scam involving the highest levels of government was never true, was not correct, and that has been established.
I think we all have to accept that the Supreme Court ruled in 2010 that these licenses must be cancelled, that there was wrongdoing has already been established by the Supreme Court. What we are now in the CBI court is about a case relating to the criminal conspiracy against the accused, 6 or 7 people, including the corporates. Now there the court has ruled that the prosecution has failed to prove its case. Now for Mr. Sibal, who's obviously very good at this, spinning something out of nothing, to argue that there has been no wrongdoing and he is justified and a zero loss theory of January 2010 is justified, is all shooting, like building castles in the sky.
Boast anything. I think the court's judgment has to be respected, and I'm glad that the court has pronounced unambiguously that all this massive propaganda which was being done against the UPA was without any foundation.
This is a trial which has gone on for very long. It has been monitored by the Supreme Court. It has had 2 very fine lawyers being appointed as special public prosecutors to ensure that there has been no subversion of justice. If at the end of it all, a judicial mind who has examined the record for nearly 6 years now comes to the conclusion that there is no proof beyond all reasonable doubt, I think the verdict has to be respected.
It's the cardinal principle of criminal jurisprudence that the prosecution must establish the charges beyond reasonable doubt. In this case, the judges held that the prosecution has failed to do so. But in any case, the conclusion is that it favors the accused, and as I said, it is in keeping with the cardinal principles of criminal jurisprudence that the prosecution must prove its charges beyond reasonable doubt, and the judges held that in this case, the prosecution failed to do so. If that is so, of course, the accused must be set free.
Well, those are the string of reactions that we've got, and we're going to keep getting you more reactions and more analysis of the 2G verdict as and when it happens through the day. But as of now, we have Varinder joining in to tell us about the stock reaction. We've been pointing out that stocks such as DB Realty, Unitech, and a couple of others such as Sun TV have rallied post the verdict as well. So Varinder is here to put it into perspective for us, and how much probably a lot of these companies have lost in the past 7 years as well.
Well, to put things straight, is this end of all the ordeal what these companies have faced? I don't think so. Okay, of course, this is a very important verdict which has come today. But ED will go ahead. They will have the ifs and buts. There might be some other body which will come ahead, and they may point that they need to be challenged. So this is not the end of, or this is not the closure of all the things what has happened in this in the last 7 years. But yes, it is a breather. It is a big breather coming for these companies. Now, which are the companies which could be could get, I'll say breathe. They will get a breather with this. Please understand, there will be no financial implication with this, okay? Because it was Supreme Court who cancelled some of the licenses, and I can tell you which were the licenses which were cancelled by some parties. And we're talking about 2G, okay? Now we are living in an era of 4G coming to 5G, 6G and all. But the licenses which are cancelled, I think Unitech stands tall with 22 licenses which were cancelled by Supreme Court. Then Systema 21, Loop Mobile 21, Videocon 21, Etisalat DB 15, Idea 13, Estel 6 and Tata Tele nearly 3. All those graphics will come on your screen. Now, whether they will get money back or not, or whether there will be any compensation to these companies or not, I think that's a big question. As I said, the spectrum what is there for 2G is not viable now. So there is no use of that 2G spectrum, okay, where the government compensates. I don't think so that compensation will happen or not. There is SR or other companies which are making some statements of that this is what they are demanding from the government, but it will not be easy. But nevertheless, as we don't know what would happen in terms of compensation, I think the focus should only be that which are the companies directly which may get a breather right now. As I said, no financial implication, but a big breather, because now the conspiracy, criminal charges are away from it.
I just want to interrupt there. For example, DB Realty, do you think that their real estate business could probably get a bit of a boost because of this? There's maybe just that sentimental trust factor.
To be very honest, Ekta, I have studied Unitech more than DB Realty in terms of numbers, and I can answer that. As I said, the companies which are directly getting impacted are clearly, Unitech because of Sanjay Chandra coming in, DB Realty because of Balwine family, which was convicted, ADAG Group because there are only 3 key official persons. The names were there on the screen. They were the one which were there, but the stock has already seen huge run up. Okay, 40-50% run up. The so Reliance Communication was up 40%. So if you look at these companies, these are the direct companies. I really don't know why Sun TV should get impacted, because that was not involved directly into this. So if you're watching out for Unitech, some people tell me that this could be a point to take note of this company. At a market cap of 2,000 crores, Unitech, they have a debt of nearly 3,500 crores, which Sonal tells me whether it is the short-term debt or long-term debt. Until last 2-3 years, they were making EBITDA losses, and the interest cost was much higher. The interest cost suffered by Unitech was 300 crores for FY17. So important thing here is that that they are sitting on a.
All right, Varinder, I think we need to go back across.